Okay. And let's see. Okay, that's recording. So your job is just tell the truth.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Okay, so really the best thing to do is why don't you just start by just explaining your how long you smoked for and
Yeah.
how much you smoked.
Okay. So professionally, by that I mean when I went and bought my own packs, I smoked for 20 or 21 years, almost. Yeah. And then I was smoking at least towards the last 10 years, I was smoking at least a pack a day.
Okay.
At least a pack a day. So it has never been like less than a pack, but sometimes it was just a pack a day.
And then did you start to notice like any health issues at all or nothing?
Well, the health issues was yeah, towards the end, I don't know. I was getting a little bit paranoid. Like even if I slept funny on my left side, I was saying, "Oh my god, like what's going on with my arm?" So I was getting a little bit scared about it. And yeah, but anything like those typical syndromes that you have when you're a smoker, fortunately, I didn't uh, encounter them.
Did you have anything like uh, lack of energy?
So now that I haven't had a cigarette in 2 years, I see a lot of differences. One is like, yeah, lack of that the amount of energy that I have right now. I can now run, like I'm not talking about sprinting, but jogging nonstop for almost an hour. And it doesn't even like phase me at all. Uh, one thing, another thing that I've noticed is that how can I smell cigarettes on people? Like even if they had one, right now my nose is so sensitive about it as, oh, this guy just had a cigarette. Just reminds me how stupid I was when I was younger, and I thought, okay, if I chew some gum and put some body spray, go home, no one's gonna know that I had a cigarette. But yeah, so it definitely increased my lung capacity, and I've been working out, and it's been great. No shortness of breath or anything. Actually, in December, because I work at the airport. I don't know if you remember or not. I got COVID, and I had all the symptoms and everything except for shortness of breath. And the thing, like the body ache, was terrible. I don't wish it upon anybody. It was one of the most painful things I've went through, but I didn't experience any, thankfully, of that shortness of breath or anything while I was sick. As I was after the 2 weeks, I noticed that okay, maybe like it's a little bit harder to I get winded a little bit faster, but after a month or so, I got back to normal again.
So do you think quitting a year before COVID hit, do you think it helped you deal with COVID better?
I kind of think so, yeah.
Okay. And
Because
then what motivated you to even want to quit smoking? Like why did you even want to?
so I always wanted to quit. It's just, you don't pick up smoking when you're 30 years old because you're adult, it's bad for you. You do it when you're a stupid kid, you think it's cool, then you get hooked. So I always wanted to quit because the cost of it was crazy. Even it wasn't like, especially towards the end of the day, it wasn't even like even socially acceptable as much anymore. Like you couldn't, it was a hassle. You had to go out in the rain, and then like, you know, when you're the people who smoke know this, you have like set schedules for your smoking, and then you have the smoking those times that just because you're bored or like I don't know, first thing in the morning with your coffee, as soon as you get in the car, as soon as you get out before you go inside the building, like you want to go for your coffee for your break, you keep like smoking all this stuff, and sometimes when you're bored you just smoke. Well, so I always wanted to do it, but nothing worked. And I think I cracked on why it doesn't work when you try to quit. It's because when you consciously try to quit, you know that you're quitting and you want to smoke, but you deprive yourself of it. So it's kind of like a penalty, not even a penalty. It's kind of like you want to have discipline, and it's hard. So when you go out with your friends and they're having a cigarette, you really want one. And you say, oh, I shouldn't have anything. I have a friend who quit smoking 4 years ago. up until today, he said, yeah, I'm never going to smoke again, but I would kill for one. I really want one. I really want. I know I'm not going to do it after 4 years, but I really want. What happened to me after spending the session with you, the strange part is, as if I'm 11 years old and I don't know what is it that I'm missing. So I go out with my friends. They all smoke, most of them. I don't even crave it. I can be around the smoker all the time. It's like when I was 11 and my dad was smoking, it's not like, oh, I really want to smoke, because I never had it. So I don't know what is it that on my body's lacking or craving. That was the amazing part about it.
Isn't it weird?
I know, it's crazy.
It's almost not believable.
I know. And honestly, even when I left your office, it was with a little grain of salt, okay, this is another thing, I'm gonna give it a try. But it was really weird for the first, I want to say, maybe even 10 days. In the sense that I wasn't craving smoking or anything, but I'm finished eating a meal and I say, and now what? I just sit here? Because normally when you finish, you book outside to have a cigarette or something. That was the weird part. And you don't know what to do with your hands, and you don't know what to do. Like, it was hard to finish eating and just sit there. Or at work, because I work around the aircraft on the air side, but obviously you can't smoke there because of the fueling and stuff. Normally it was a 10, 12-minute walk for us to go from the secured area and on the tarmac area back to the terminal, underground to the front of the terminal, to go outside, have a cigarette. So that was about like a 15-minute walk. And then I used to go every day. After my flight is done, go get a coffee, go thing. Now then, after a while, I said, why am I coming down here all this walk? Like, I don't even need to. There's Tim Hortons inside the terminal too. I don't need to go all the way. But it's weird. For the 10 days. But
and how many things did you try before you came to me? Like, what things did you try?
So I tried cold turkey. Didn't work. The most successful that I was with it was 3 days. I tried nicotine patches. Yeah, I had them on, but it was weird. I would take them off, go for a smoke. I had the mist thing that didn't work. Yeah, it would kill your crave right there, but you're missing the going out and doing the thing. I did replace it with a cut carrot stick, put it in a cigarette pack. Whenever I wanted to just eat a carrot stick, that didn't work. I did the e-cigarette. That I was a little bit like not a big fan of vapes and stuff. It disturbed me just to smoke it or be one of the people who vapes. And I read the Alan Carr's book. My friend quit with that. I didn't. The same friend that I told you has been down for 4 years. And then
he's the one that's like still constantly thinking about cigarettes and
yeah,
one.
Yeah. He said he's never gonna do it, and he hasn't done it in 4 years. But he said, "Oh, I miss it so much. I miss it so much." It's just
because Alan Carr's book only changes your conscious thoughts, not your unconscious mind.
Yeah,
is the hard part.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what did you think of the actual session itself?
It's I know that I was there and I remember it, but I don't remember specifics of it, if it makes sense. Last thing I remember was that video you showed me of yourself. And then I got on that, like, what is it, the anti-gravity chair that you had? And I remember you were talking to the microphone into my ears and then all the stuff. And I remember parts of it that you say, oh, picture that big cigarette box. Are you going to go over it or something? But I don't remember all of it. Yeah.
What surprised you the most about the session?
That I thought I was on there for like 5-6 hours. But yeah, I know that wasn't the case. It's weird, yeah.
And what's it been like for the last 2 years?
So I had this app on my phone, my last cigarette, that you put your info of how many cigarettes you smoke in a day, and when was the last day you had a cigarette, and then all this stuff. And the price that I had there back then when I was smoking, the Mori, one of the premier cigarettes, was $14 a pack. Now I've heard it's close to $20. So that app shows every now and again. Like I put reminders to look at the milestone. That's why I sent you the email. It was exactly 2 years. So based on that, so I saved $11,000. And this, if someone wants to get a little bit of advice, do something that I didn't, that I have to start doing it now. You're gonna have disposable income of $15-20 a day. Do automatic transfer to your saving accounts, because I don't know. I know I saved $11,000, but I don't have extra $11,000. So if it automatically goes there, it would help a lot. And then well, at least I know my account doesn't go to overdraft or something now. At least that's a good part. And it's weird because as you were talking before I went on there, I was hoping that you tell me, okay, go out for one last cigarette and come back. And that never happened. And it bugged me for a good, until I went kind of to that state that I was under the thing. But yeah, after that, and I remember I gave you my pack of cigarettes, and then, but nothing. It was just saying the whole first 10 days was a little bit weird. It's a feeling that you never had before. It's like, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't want to have a cigarette, and I don't even crave it. And it's but yeah, it was just weird. But I feel great. And honestly, I don't mean to be all high and mighty, you talking, because I smoked for 20 years myself. I honestly, genuinely feel bad when I see someone smoking on the side of Tim Hortons or it's outside. And I say, oh my God,
they're
yeah.
stuck.
Yeah.
They're a slave.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. And what would you say to somebody that was considering doing my program?
So I talked to some people at work, and I told them, I always say, hey, you know what? Why you can't quit this? Oh, I have to quit again. Or I say, yeah, see, that's the problem. You keep saying it again, because we all tried it, but it didn't work. And I say, okay, so I referred 2 people to you. I don't know if they got to you or not, but I tell them, I said, this is exactly what happens, is that it goes out of your system. You don't know what is it that you're missing. I don't even know if I tried, I know how to smoke and inhale a cigarette now. That's the thing. I'm like a kid, like a really, really young kid who doesn't know what a cigarette is. I say, I go out sometimes on our breaks, I go out with my friends at the airport, they smoke, and I just sit there, and then, yeah, nothing, no craves, no nothing. That's $500 that I paid. I got it back in 1 month by not buying cigarettes. And it's been 2 years now.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, they say, I can't afford your program. And I always say, well, how do you afford to smoke?
Yeah.
Right? No, and then, so post, you had no cravings, no withdrawal, no nothing?
No, nothing. Nothing at all.
How weird was that?
I know, it's crazy. And I thought I might, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think I didn't gain any weight either. So I know that some people do, because your appetite opens up, but I don't think that was my case.
Okay, well, that's good. That was it. That's super helpful.